Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another edition of Friday Firsts. Today and every Friday in the month of March, I'm going to be talking about a different female artist in my collection. And tonight's episode is going to feature a non blues artist. Believe it or not, I do have more than blues in my collection. I know I show probably about 95% of my collection in the blues world. And tonight I thought it would be fun to show you an artist who I discovered about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, on a YouTube channel that is owned by Jason Coleman. If you don't know who Jason Coleman is the grandson of the late great Floyd Kramer, who, if you're a fan of country music, you know that, or a fan of music in general, you know that Floyd Kramer is credited for inventing the famous slip note that we hear so often in music today, and specifically country music. Peg Robbins is another musician who is known for that style of piano playing. And as I said, Jason Coleman is the grandson of the late Floyd Kramer. And Jason continues in the same footsteps as a piano country musician, and plays in the same slipnote style as his grandfather. And Jason hosts a live show from his living room every Sunday night. And one of the episodes, I think it was back in the 82 or 83rd, 82nd or 83rd episode, he featured this one particular artist who gained national attention for playing Patsy Cline on the in the Ryman Auditorium, the same auditorium which gave Patsy Cline the start of her career. And since this actress slash singer performed the role of Patsy Cline, and I think the musical was called Klein or something like that. I couldn't get an exact title, but the artist that portrayed Patsy Cline has been the only one to do so on that stage at the Ryman Auditorium, and I'm talking about Mandy Barnett. And this is her debut album called Mandy Barnett. And I'll show you the track listings in a minute on the CD itself, but here's the back, and as you can see, the print is not that great. That's my really only negative on here, but you get to see the track listings a little better, a little clearer, if you will, on the CD itself, and a nice picture on the liner notes of Mandy. And I'll show you the CD, the liner notes, if you will. The track listings are not, I find them hard to read, so maybe it's just me as I close in on the ripe old age of 49 or I just need readers, who knows. But in addition to her debut album, Mandy Barnett has 8 other albums out. The one that I'm going to show you next is probably my favorite of hers right now, and this one features a bunch of classic country tunes, and it is called the Nashville Songbook. And that's a great picture of her right there. She just has a real commanding voice. It's strong, and just a really beautiful voice. And I hope to see her in a live setting sometime down the road. And there's the track listings. I'll try to get the shrink to cooperate here. But some of the songs on here that you may know of are I Love a Rainy Night, Help Me Make It Through the Night, A Fool Such as I, It's Now or Never. And I do like the Mandy Barnett version better than the Elvis one, believe it or not. Hope you don't hold that against me, Anthony. And then on side 2, we have The End of the World, which is one of my favorites. And then We have Heartaches by the Number, and I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. Just some great classic country on there. And the next album is more of an adaptation to a classic jazz album, and it is Mandy Barnett's tribute to Billie Holiday, and it is the latest album by her, and it's called Every Star Above. And this is just a classic tribute to a classic album. And it's her, as I said, adaptation of Lady in Satin. Some of the great tunes on here are But Beautiful, Glad to Be Unhappy, I Get Along Without You Very Well. That's on side A. On side B, you have The End of a Love Affair, You Don't Know What Love Is, and For All We Know. Just a fantastic performance on this album by Barnett, and really doing a nice tribute to the music of Billie Holiday. And a nice picture of her on here. A couple of more fun facts about Mandy Barnett before I get into the actual album and the songs that I enjoyed the most. In 1996, which was a big year for her, she not only released her debut album in February of that year, but she worked with Kenny Chesney on the album Me and You, and was kind enough to dedicate or donate her vocals to be the backup vocals with Kenny Chesney on the song Ain't That Love. And there are a couple of connections to some genres outside of this of Mandy Barnett's genre of country, where she has worked with the first one was with Jesse Dayton. In 2001, she worked with him on the album, again as a background vocalist on the title track, Hey Nash Vegas, and also Don't Take Yesterday. And you can just hear her vocals pouring out when they're working together. And those of you who know Jesse Dayton, he most recently has worked with and is touring with Samantha Fish on Death Letter Blues. So nice tie in there with Samantha Fish and Mandy Barnett. I guess you could call that a 3 degree or 6 degrees of Jesse Dayton, if you will. And another name that you may know, Ronnie Milsap, the piano player for Elvis, I believe back in the early to mid 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Mandy Barnett worked with him on Summer Number 17, and she worked on a song You Make Me Feel Brand New and Makeup, and she was a duet with duets with Ronnie Milsap on that album. So check that out as well. And in September of 2020, September 28th actually being her birthday, and I have some notes here so I don't forget where I am on my thoughts. And as I said, September 28th, 2020, the pandemic did not slow her down. The Department of Tennessee's Tourist Development honored Barnett with a Tennessee Music Pathways plaque, if you will, in her downtown hometown of Crossville, Tennessee. And a year later, on September 28th, 2021, again on her birthday, she was invited by Connie Smith to become an official member of the Grand Ole Opry, and on November 2nd, 2021, she was officially a member of that organization, which is pretty cool because she's appeared on the Grand Ole Opry, I believe something like 400 or 500 times. It's quite an amazing feat to accomplish at in such a short period of time. But now on to the debut album itself, the runner-ups for the album, and my favorites. I think I have 4 favorites and 2 runner-ups. The first one is called Now That's All Right With Me. This is just a great, carefree, upbeat song about unconditional love. You're going to be rocking and rolling, you're going to be grooving, and you're going to be cranking up the tune and hitting replay until the replay button is broken. Um, the next song on here is a different style of a song and really shows the range that Barnett's vocals can reach. And this is called Wayfaring Stranger. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a classic spiritual gospel type tune and really shows again the diverseness of Barnett's vocal cords. And I think you're going to love the comparison and the contraction, the contrast, if you will. Sorry about that. It's Friday, a little tongue-tied here, so the brain is probably in weekend mode. But yeah, so the two runner-ups are Now That's All Right With Me and Wayfaring Stranger. Now for the four, usually I have about three, but I have four this time. It was just tough to narrow it down to the top three for this particular album. Coming in at number four is an upbeat track with a more modern day kind of country. When I hear this kind of song, I think of the Joe D. Messina tune Heads Carolina, Tails California. I always confuse the two states and which comes first. This is one that'll make you definitely want to get up on the dance floor if there's a dance floor nearby, or an impromptu dance floor such as your kitchen or living floor, back patio or deck or whatever, and you just want to dance off the day or the whatever else, dance the evil spirits way if you want. This is just a great foot stomper of a tune, and I think you're going to love it. It's called Maybe. It's the second track off of the album. Next up is a song that is called I'll Just Pretend. This is the 8th track off of the album, and it is just a real I'd say a love song in a way, but it's a love song that focuses on someone cheated on someone did someone wrong, and they're saying that no matter how often you're going to cheat on me and how many times you have cheated on me, if I could do it all over again, I know you'll pretend to love you, and I'll pretend that you love me, and it's just a real moving tune, I think, and it's just a softer side of Mandy Barnett's vocals. And now for the last two tracks here. I think the second track here. Okay, so the next track is the third track off of the album, and it's called Rainy Days. And I don't know about you, but Rainy Days to me are always kind of because you can't really do anything outside, and it's just a miserable, yucky day out, and you kind of go into like a reflective mood or a reflective state, and that's what I think this particular song is trying to get across in the message. There's some great slide guitar on here, and I think this song will kind of tug on your heartstrings in a way. It's definitely a song that's, like I said, it's reflective, but it also is reflective on a love that's no longer around, or a love that has ended, if you will, and it's just a great song to kind of reflect on for whatever reason. But just another great tune by Barnett, who really hits home on that one, and really hits it out of the park as well. And last but not least, the opening track. This is the song that I really fell in love with, which made me love the album altogether, and it's called Planet of Love. Just to kind of clear my throat a little bit. And Planet of Love It really has a old school country vibe to it. It's kind of a um, classic country mixed with some rockabilly. And Barnett's vocals are just a perfect match for this tune. Think Santo and Johnny in terms of the slide guitar, and it's just got a dreamy feel to it that I think many of you will love this song, and I think it's going to be a favorite of a lot of yours, and one that you'll definitely be hitting the replay button on it. So, once again, this is Mandy Barnett, her debut album called Mandy Barnett, which came out in February of 1996. I think I was a sophomore in college then, so seems a lot longer than it does sometimes. But this is the album cover, if you will. I don't believe this is on vinyl anywhere yet, but please check out Mandy Barnett. She's a fantastic musician, and if you don't have her in your collection, then make sure you give her a listening to and consider picking up some of her music. So thank you so much for watching the Friday 1st episode, I think 13. And like I said, I'll be featuring all female artists from my collection this month for Friday 1st. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.